So we're from GrifballHub.com.
Sweet.
So we're looking for any information we could get about how Grifball is going to play in Reach.
Well, you should tell me, because we actually haven't made a Grifball variant, so we're actually going to be waiting to see what the Grifball community decides they want Grifball to be for Reach.
Good.
Once we find out, we'll get it from someone's file share, and then that'll be what we'll start to add back into matchmaking.
We're going to be actually starting a Grifball League in Reach in the last week of September.
Okay.
Like a week after the game launches. So we're going to be jumping right in and trying out a bunch of variants and maps.
Yeah, I mean, we're, obviously in Forge World, we've kind of made just the room for now. That's the same dimension as the Grifball core, but we haven't really set up any kind of game variant yet. We need you guys to tell us what it's going to be.
Don't worry, we're very vocal.
Oh, I know. I know.
There's rumors, although probably not correct ones, of a permanent Grifball matchmaking playlist.
I don't know. It's possible. This really kind of depends on demand and sort of population and things like that, but it's obviously a popular game mode, so we just need to see kind of where it goes with Reach, what the Grifball community wants to do with Grifball, and then safe to say it'll show up in matchmaking in some way or another, and then if it's popular enough, maybe it would be its own permanent playlist.
Can you tell us anything about the physics of the hammer and the sword and how they changed in Halo 3?
You know who probably could do better than me is Josh, one of the sandbox designers. His job was to actually do all the setups of the weapons and sandbox items. So let me ask him to come over here and talk to you about that.
Thank you.
Hey Josh.
Hi, Cal and Goose from GrifballHub.com.
Awesome.
I'm Josh Hamrick. I am basically in charge of the weapons. I'm one of the sandbox designers on Reach with Sage Merrill, who's the lead. So.
And we just have some questions about how Grifball is going to work in Reach. I know there's not a default Grifball variant in the game, but in that you're looking for us to
I think there is a default variant now. We definitely build you guys your own arena in Forge World. I mean, Grifball is intended to be supported. The biggest changes that you'll notice are the hammer we've totally rebuilt to be better. So like previously in Halo 3 you could swing and the explosion would go through walls and could end up on the other side. We don't allow that anymore. Like it's actually line of sight. So you can't like hit through a guy, right, to the other side. That's really the biggest change to the hammer. The hammer is just generally better built this time. It's a little more
So when you say line of sight, does that mean when you swing your hammer forward, you can only kill someone who's directly in front of you as opposed to someone...
Yes, that does happen, but there's still the explosion, right? So when you swing forward, it still blows up in front of you, and people take damage. The big thing is just in 3, you could actually, if the wall was thin enough, you could hit through walls, right? And based on where your aim was, it was a little wacky. Now it's like where you swing, that's where you hit. And there's no question about it. So it's just, I mean, honestly, it's a lot better.
Are you able to move other players with the hammer? Like launch somebody or jump?
Yeah, you can still launch, and I'm pretty sure that I set it up so you can still launch yourself. So you can jump and hit and get knocked back. So that's really the biggest change. The other change that will affect is playing on all weapons. So if the hammer doesn't kill you, right, you could in theory clang with it, but the hammer kills you.
Okay.
So it doesn't really count. But swords, they're gonna clang just like they did in Halo 3. And then if the other guy melees with the actual butt of the hammer to the sword, you'll clang off of that too. Okay. And so the sword guy, they take equal damage. I believe the hammer and the sword are built to be melee weapons, and it's equal damage.
What about the bomber? Does the bomber just kill everybody with a
Yeah, the bomber's still one hit, one kill. So yeah, you still wanna generally not let him see you coming. So.
Just one last question. One of the big things in Grifball is host, and it's like if you play Grifball, you know you can identify the host. The host can change the game. And when we were playing the beta, we noticed that we couldn't tell who was host. So can we look forward to a less host-dependent game?
I believe so. Our network guys have knocked it out of the park. I mean, honestly, the networking code is just, I mean, if you play the beta, you know it's generally been cleaned up. It plays way better. The networking code it's solid, right? And so, yeah, I think in general, they put a lot of work into that, because it wasn't just Grifball, it was everything. So they put a lot of work into making sure that wasn't the case anymore.
Great. Is there a map here that might have a hammer in it that we can find?
Let's see, where's the hammer at? I'm sure that there is. I need to try and think about where. If we were to play Powerhouse, there's definitely a hammer at Powerhouse. In the same spot it was in the beta. Like you go up the little ramp and you turn to the right and there's a hammer sitting right there.
Alright.
So,
Think we can give that a try when it's our turn?
as long as you convince everybody around you to play, like I've been letting the first person in line pick, do a count and see where you're going to be, but yeah, that's fine with me. We've been trying to stay away from them, but we've only played Powerhouse once today. I don't think most people will care if they play it one more time. So.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You guys.